Hello, I'm Jessica Reynolds, Curriculum and Instruction Specialist with Classworks. And with me, I have Shelly Sheets, the Curriculum Director from McIntosh County. Today, you will hear how McIntosh County Schools streamline their MTSS program by providing processes and increasing teacher buy-in. We'll share lessons learned and what has ultimately led to their success. Well, as you know, districts of all sizes experience the ongoing challenge of meeting the needs of all students who need tier support. Many tiered intervention programs are complicated and not suitable for teachers who already have a very full plate. But today, we will focus on three main components of a sustainable intervention program. One, using data to identify the needs of tiered supports. Two, delivering customized data-driven interventions. Three, effective progress monitoring that drives instructional adjustments. All right, well, welcome again, Shelly. How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Shelly, can you share how your district uses data to identify which students need tier supports?
Absolutely. So at McIntosh County Schools, we have a layered approach. So the first layer would be with our administrators. So we start with our principals, our assistant principals, and our academic coaches. And about 3 times a year, beginning of the year, middle of the year, and end of the year, they look at data. So they will look at the Georgia milestone, and they'll look at all the students who scored in level 1 or even at the lower end of the level 2. And then they'll compare that data with our universal screener. We use MAP, and they'll look to see if there's consistency there. And then further, they'll look at other tests like running records or Achieve, and also classroom performance. So they really triangulate that data about 3 times a year. And so we catch a lot of the students who may benefit from receiving interventions that way. But another way is with our teachers. That's another layer. So as you know, teachers have PLCs every week, but once a month, our teachers focus on our MTSS, our multi-tiered system of supports. And so they will meet on the students that receive tier 2 services. And as part of that meeting, they bring up any students that they've noticed, whether it be through data, screeners, classroom data, classroom observations, things like that, any students that they think may benefit from receiving an intervention. So we really cover our bases in both of those ways.
How does McIntosh ensure that interventions are customized and data-driven? And then if you don't mind sharing, how does Classworks help you all with that?
Jessica, it was really, that was one of the reasons that we decided to go with Classworks as an intervention for our students, is because of the individualization that it provides with our interventions. So what happens is, which is really nice for us, is Classworks marries with MAP, which is our universal screener, and I know it marries with other types of screeners as well. But what that means is so when our students take the universal screener and we had identified them as a student who needs to be in an intervention, then what Classworks does, because it marries with MAP, is it puts them in their own individual lesson plan. So it uses that data and it says, okay, here were your deficits, here's where we need to start you. And it's very specific for the child. And so it's nice that they're meeting the students exactly where they need to be. And then the other piece of our intervention is with our teachers, and our teachers lead small groups to help students. And so the teachers can use whatever they're doing in class, so the timely type, content or strategies that they see that the students may need. But also what they can do, and where Classworks comes in, which is very helpful, is with that individual lesson plan. So if a teacher sees that a student isn't progressing as well as he or she should on a certain topic in the lesson plan, then she can target those skills in her small group. Furthermore, what she can do is those individual lesson plans, they can be tailored. So even though they're on that automatic path, if a teacher decides that he or she wants the student to do the lessons in a different order or to focus on a particular one, then she can she can move those lessons within the plan. So it's really works out great, and meets the students exactly where they are.
How important is it to have effective progress monitoring that drives instructional adjustments? I know that this is a very hot topic at every district, so everyone is going to be so excited to hear what you all do.
All right, so progress monitoring is key, right, for any kind of instruction, but especially for interventions, because we want to see, are the interventions working? What else do we need to do? Does a student need additional support? So actually, the progress monitoring piece within Classworks was the #1 reason that we decided to use Classworks as an intervention. So we know that it's important. We know that it's best practice. For example, when I was a teacher and I was in charge of an intervention group, the progress monitoring really is where the rubber hit the road. So I was able to see, and what Classworks does is it charts it for you. So with those probes, I'm able to see where a student is performing every week. So it gives the trend line, but it also gives the goal line. And so a teacher can see, I can see where a student's performing. Are they near their goal line? Are they at their goal line? Are they above their goal line? And it gives that timely, immediate feedback so that we can make adjustments. But really, furthermore, what it does that's awesome is it lets the students see. So the students need to know where they are. So for example, if we have a student and that student sees, oh, wow, I'm really close to my goal. I'm going to try really, really hard this next week, and I'm going to see if I can hit that goal line. Or, wow, I didn't realize I was so far away from my goal. Let me see how close I can get. And it really gives them timely feedback, and it drives that will for students. But really, the best thing to me in the world is that it really meets all the requirements that our state sets out for the multi-tiered system of supports. So for example, if a student is receiving tier 3 interventions, we are supposed to progress monitor that student once a week. And those progress monitoring probes they're supposed to be 20 different forms. So for a teacher, that's hard to come up with, well, what am I going to use to progress monitor? How do I do 20 different forms? And the kicker is, how do we do all this and provide an intervention? And so that's the best thing about Classworks is it pushes it out automatically. And you're not spending your entire intervention period progress monitoring. Student progress monitors and then is able to go ahead with the intervention. And so it's really wonderful. And it's just been exactly what we were looking for.
Wow, Shelly, you made that sound so easy. However, I know that there's a great deal of planning and monitoring that is involved. Thanks so much for sharing what McIntosh County does, and more importantly, how you've streamlined their MTSS process alongside with them. I am sure that this valuable information will truly assist any district that is looking for insight to ensure that its MTSS structure meets the needs of their students. Thanks so much for your time today. And for more information about Classworks, make sure you visit us at classworks.com. Have an amazing year.